Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahweh in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Hey, Shalom, Israel, what's going on, man? Priest Captain Dohar here, standing with Officer Tabawan. We coming from Hollywood, California. Just off the BBC interview, letting everybody know that the I.S.U.P.K is going to take over, man. But check it out, this is what I want you to do, right? Command General YAHANNA just dropped a new YouTube channel. The most controversial man in America, man. Subscribe to his channel, America on Fire, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shalom.
Hello mate, I spun the hard Monday. Now your place when the cause I win the chase. Get straight to the pace from a day.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain I.S.U.P.K right here from DC. Don't forget, this September, end of September, the 28th, 29th, 30th, all the way up to October 4th and 5th. Commander YAHANNA, the I.S.U.P.K, we're going to be live in the UK, United Kingdom. We're going to be up in Scotland, in King James Castle. You see the nigga on my chest? Read it right there. King James, man. A black man. We're going to go to his family castle in Scotland and Edinburgh. That castle was built on a volcano. Now, that's some nigga shit, man. That's some nigga shit right there. Up on top of the volcano, brother. You don't want to miss it. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could get down. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could make this trip. You brothers in UK, you sisters in UK, you all come on through, man. Commander YAHANNA going to be right in your yard. Back hometown, we're going to be Birmingham, Manchester, Leicester, Nottingham, London, Croydon, everywhere done. Everything done.
Now your face and London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king, down one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending no do action, recheck good man, go get a wrong bang. My style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Listen up, them off the home, find them from a 30 gun, mad dog, from a berry. Let us speed me a papa, when my pill them, got away, you say, senseless, pan the $1 million job. And got the young pan the gram from my fans. I'm ready to it smoother than the dance. Fit them up better know our time pan the clock. You know watch them flop them last pan them up. Gun in the London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king, down one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending no do action, recheck good man, so we get a wrong bang. And my style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Can't run here, the girl chase that. Manifest that bad money, we a make away the vexing.
Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahweh in King James Castle. Bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Mahaiman scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Shalom.
Let's cap it up. How you all going out here? Shalom.
So
Hey, Shalom. Yabashim Shabbat.
Yes. So we're gonna hold it down until Cap come through, right? Right. I mean, of course, we hold it down for Commander YAHANNA, the hardest working man in Israel. All right. And we're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna try and get in tonight. All right. What story you all want to start off with? Salakia, Shalom, Yahashimata also too. Shalom, Yabashim to all the brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, that watching the show tonight. All right. All right, Akim, what you all want to start it off with?
Let's see.
I mean, any special topic? Anything that caught the eye?
Salakia say,
Come on.
Them Trump story and all too, you know, with Donald Trump now. You know. Yeah.
All right, well, Paul one, let's start it. Let's start the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Like they better not stop at Donald Trump. You know what I mean? They better not stop at him. So come on.
Yeah.
What number?
So like I said, one of them was there's a YouTube video that I am number 12.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we gotta wait for Kazak to come back in to play it. To play that. Let's see. Let's start off with 13. The abortion.
All
right. Let's start up there.
And
one of the topics that you know what I mean that are gonna be hot on the trail for the politics. You know what I mean?
Right. Texas says a fetus is a child, except when a parent sues a neglect doctor or state officials.
Read that headline one more time.
Texas says a fetus is a child, except when a parent sues a neglect doctor or state official.
So it's stop being a child when somebody gotta pay money. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, this is the place we're living in. You know what I mean? And now you're gonna have to, you know what I mean, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're gonna have to wake up. You know what I mean? Wake all the way up and recognize these politicians, these lawmakers. You know what I mean? They're not righteous people. You know what I mean? And we need to stop looking at them as being, you know what I mean, people who could, you know what I mean, choose, you know what I mean, what life is for us. You understand? So read on a little more.
Prison guards Salia Issa was 7 months pregnant when she was reported to work on a warm mind November, mid-November, Salakia, in 2021 at the last Middletown transfer facility in Albion, Texas. Issa had just started her night shift when she felt intense contraction, like pains. She needed to get to a hospital right away. But consent with prisons policy, supervising officials wouldn't let her leave her post for hours until someone came to replace her.
God. And if I could,
go ahead.
See, this is what the oppressor has been doing. He been spitting so many lies and mess, like the scriptures say. He done turned the world upside down. He done made righteousness wicked and wickedness righteous. You know, it's like we supposed to be fruitful and multiplying. We supposed to be continually having being fruitful and getting our money up and having more children to increase our nation. But this kingdom tries to punish you and make you seem like you're evil or wicked for having children. Look at the way they treat me. Look at the way they treating her. And that's what you get in this by the suppressor, man. You can't go about what he says. You got to go by what he does. Like the Native Americans just say, oppressors speak with forked tongue.
That's right. That's so true. You understand? And this oppressor right here, you know what I mean? Like he makes it, you know what I mean, difficult, you know what I mean, for you to live here in America. Makes it extremely difficult where you're gonna have to make, you know what I mean, situations where either you go hungry or you be righteous. Which one? You understand? He make you choose. Which one you gonna choose, Israel? You understand? Which one you gonna choose? Read on and you read on a little bit again. Then we read Lamentations.
By the time Issa was allowed to drive herself to the emergency room, her baby had died.
Oh boy. Go on.
Doctors believe that if she had made it sooner, the child would have been born alive.
And if I could, Salaka, the details on it, if you could break it down, otherwise I'm trying to keep up. So the sister worked at a prison?
Yes.
She worked at the prison. Okay, and they wouldn't let her leave?
Yes. They would not let her leave, right? And she was having contractions. Like a woman, you know what I mean? Like this ain't no, you know what I mean? For sure she know more than likely she missed, you know what I mean, her period. You understand? So she know them pains she getting ain't that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And she know her body's changing. She know, you know what I mean? She knows what's going on. You know what I mean? And more than likely she try to explain that to the boss. But because more than likely, I don't know, the shorter staff, they didn't let her go. You know what I mean? In that situation, sister, you're going to have to leave. You're going to have to, you know what I mean? You're going to have to, you know what I mean? Take the pink slip. But that child has to live. You understand? You have to make a decision for that child. No longer you, but for that child. Once that child could be born healthy, you're going to have to make that decision for that child. But America wants you to make the decision for yourself. In other words, America teaches our woman to be selfish. You understand? So now you thinking about how you going to eat. What about the baby in the belly? Who been kicking you? You understand? Kicking you. Getting hiccups. You understand? You feel that baby moving in your belly. What about that baby in your belly? Now you went 9 months of your body going through a transformation. And because of a split decision within, you know, I mean, couple hours, a few hours, you ain't able to make you ain't make it. You decide you're gonna try and stay and work. You understand? You're lucky the Lord and kill you along with that child.
Right.
You understand?
And if I could, this kingdom hates for us to have our babies, man. Yeah. That's why Margaret Sanger, they done damn near started a whole branch of the government called Planned Parenthood, based off of the fact that we were having so many children. It was the black family was having 10 children, 10 children, 12 children. My grandmother had 12 children. That was normal in the black community. And they seen that trajectory and they seen them numbers and they had to do something about it. So they created Planned Parenthood. They created the LGBTQ movement. They created all these things to try to demonize and the child support as well. The child support really also try to stop brothers from having babies. But they created these things to keep our numbers down so we don't take over this whole damn country.
Yep.
We 12 million so-called Negroes in America. If we were still having babies like we were back then, it'd be 100 million. Imagine you went in your same city. How many black people in your city right now? Double that, triple that.
Yeah, that's right.
Every city in America would be chocolate city.
That's right.
All the political power would be overturned overnight. And see, this is what the Lord told us in the beginning. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
That's right.
That's a commandment from the Lord from the beginning.
Yes,
and
right.
they hate us. They hate our women. If you want a women's right movement, if you really for women's rights and you really want to fight for women's rights, you need to be fighting for these women's to not be discriminated about having these babies.
That's right.
Because these women are constantly getting fired for having a baby, not getting their FMLA, not getting paid leave, all type of things. This kingdom constantly does that. So if the feminist movement need to fight, that's what they should be fighting for. Fighting for these sisters that's dying in the birth table in these hospitals in an unproportionate number to their white counterparts.
That's right.
Right.
So, everything's against us having our children and birthing our babies. Shout out to Officer Matarai. He just, his wife just had a baby daughter today.
That's right.
So the U.P.K, we know what to do. You know
That's
what I'm saying? We're gonna set it back in order. Look at Isaac. Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, and who knows how many daughters. Scriptures ain't even tell, so he had a whole bunch of. He probably had a gang of daughters.
That's right.
But those 12 sons had more sons, and we became a whole 400,000 footmen when we came out of Egypt.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So that's what we got to put our focus on, man. Back on creating the family, sustaining the family, and then growing it, man. Growing them kids.
That's right.
Imagine you you have 10 kids, 10 adults. That's your kids. They all work in different careers. One a mechanic, one a school teacher,
brother,
one a nurse. One build roofs. You gonna be sitting right. Your family gonna be sitting right.
Kapashi hitting the nail on the head, hitting the nail on the goddamn head with a sledgehammer. You understand? On a regular, you're hitting it on the head. And guess who you could look at to see what Kapash saying is the truth? Just close the Bible for a minute. Close the Bible just for 1 second. Look at the Chinese. Look at the Chinese. They're a million what? How much people? They had to control their population because they're breeding. You understand? And now they're able to make labor cheap, but everybody working, everybody hand at it. You understand? And look at the economy. They had to suffer for a while, but look at the economy. You understand? And the next place that have a ton of people, where?
East India.
India. Yeah. Ton of people. And their economy is, or GDP, whatever, however you want to call it, is going up. You want to know why it ain't mysterious, is because they have a ton of people. So everybody there could work and do something and could contribute to their nation. You understand? Why they want to force on us to kill out our brothers and sisters, our kids, the future, who gonna come and put in the contribution like what Kapash is saying. You understand? You could have a doctor, one could be a doctor, one could be a lawyer, one could be, you understand? One could be a carpenter. And now you have a whole network right there, a whole community right there in your house. Right in your house. You understand? But when we killing our babies out like that, now we're gonna have to go depend on the oppressor. Now we're gonna have to go depend on him. You understand? For our economy. When we really and truly, we don't need him if we follow what the Lord says to do. You understand? Give me Lamentations. What is 4 and what?
4 and 3. 4 and 3, I think.
Yeah, 4 and 3. You understand? Me Lamentation 4 and 3. You know, black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to know that abortion is murder, no matter how you take it. You know what I mean? Your oppressor want to tell you, well, you know what I mean? Read the headline one more time for me. So what?
Can. Texas say a fetus is a child.
Right. So he want to tell you the fetus is a child. He ain't telling you, you know what I mean, that before the fetus, you know what I mean, what's going on. That egg get hit with a sperm. That's life start right there. You understand? Now they would call it an organism. You understand? It starts right there. You understand? But they want to determine when life is, you know what I mean? Because they want to be God. But read on Kazakh.
Kawakan. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 3. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Strong.
Okay, Kawakan. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones.
You understand?
The daughter of
even a sea monster. A sea monster, the Lord is describing, is comparing the daughters of Israel to a sea monster.
Right.
He's comparing them. And he's saying even the sea monster draw that breast out.
Right.
Read on.
Kawakan, the daughter of my people is become cruel. Like
they have
the
become what?
Have become cruel.
What? You want to stay on your work rather than go to the hospital and have that child. You are cruel.
Right.
You understand? You want to have sex after what's his name? Usher concert. Get pregnant. And then you want to go kill the child. You're cruel. You understand?
Right.
You're selfish. And the Lord going to deal with you on it. Read on.
That's right. Kawakan, sir. Like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Like a what?
Like the ostriches in the wilderness.
An ostrich in the wilderness. An ostrich in the wild.
Right.
Read on.
Kawakan. The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst.
You understand? You ain't feeding the child. You understand? The child ain't getting a chance to come out. You understand? What did I say? The womb has become a tomb. You understand? I think that was a billboard. Right? You remember that? New York and that bastard, what's his name? I think it's L. Sharpton. Right? Complained about it and they took it down. You understand? You want a way to get out of poverty? We're gonna have to have some kids right. We're gonna have to have lots of babies. You understand?
Right.
Who knows? One of them could be a next Jordan. You want to chance it? You want to take a chance and see? Take a chance and see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Salaki,
all
sir.
These brothers. Go ahead.
No, Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you off, sir. Salaki.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Concept, and it's heavy that you brought up with the two most populous nations on the earth is China and East India. I don't know if anybody seen it recently. Just a couple of days ago, East India claimed it's that they sent spacecraft to land on the moon, and like everybody is praising it. It's like you look at East India and China from where they came from in the past 40 years. These were nations that were agricultural, poverty-stricken nations that, like China in the 1970s, was like Africa today. And East India was the same way. Like these were nations that were no different than Africa. But within 30 to 40 years, like Captain Kapas was bringing out, they kept having those kids and they kept multiplying. And it's like you said, like they let those kids be born. And then these are the future scientists and astronauts and engineers that help in East India, a country who you would never think is technologically advanced, send something to the moon, allegedly.
Yeah.
You know, I don't,
and,
you know.
And Kazak, just to add to you, anywhere you go right now, like to get doctor checkup, just one of them.
Yep, come on.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, cuz so what you saying is so heavy. And I was on a TikTok live on the panels, and it was talking about abortion. And I was so heartbreaking to hear these sisters agreeing with white women that that abortion is health care and abortion is a woman's choice and right. And I couldn't think of the scripture, but you just brought it out right here, and I wish I thought of it then. But it's like these sisters have become so cruel, and all I kept hearing is my body, my choice, my decision. I shouldn't have to do this, and I shouldn't have to do that. And I'm like, and I was just like, these sisters are so cruel. And it's just the scripture describes it perfectly. Like, this is what happens when we follow the oppressor. Because I thought it was interesting that these sisters were saying the same talking points that the white women were saying before they got in the live. I was like, these sisters, I told the sisters, like, you just repeated exactly what this white woman said before you got here. I was like, that's where it came from. This is not who we are as a people, man. We got to have these children. If you don't want to have children, and that's why I said in the live, sir, I said any Black, Hispanic, or Native American that supports abortion, they don't deserve sex, male or female.
That's right.
If you support abortion, you don't deserve sex. And we should be cut off sex just completely from them, you know, and cut them off from our community if we could, because it's like, you support the murdering of our kids. You don't deserve nobody to touch you or even look your way because you're cruel and selfish.
That's right. Go ahead, so
yeah, and you know, just as you know, Captain Kapas brought out earlier now, and this is why now again, you know, as we say, we keep speaking the same thing, because now, as we say, in the same mind, the same spirit now, because now every story has two sides to it. And you know, as we say, we must say Barakataya or Shai for commanding general and the men above, you know, coming down, because now we had the opportunity to again to show, as we say, our brothers and sisters, as all bringing out now, as we say, the benefits are having, you know, these children, because why? There's a future of a nation, and we belong to a nation. We are people, just like every other nation, as you say, brought out the two population, as you say, the Chinese and the East Indians. Look at their population, and again, look at our population. But notice that the Most High God, again, always choose that remnant. And this is why now, as you say, He's going to raise it up, just as the scriptures define us as a mustard seed, and we're going to grow into something. Because why? We understand the value of having our children. And this is why now, as you say, when you look, even during the time of the pandemic, when you look at all the brothers, again, the posting up, you know, hey, I have a boy, I have a girl in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding general, because now we know the value of our future. We know that these children, you know, is going to be, as we say, the future leaders of our nation. And this is why it's so important. As we read this story, it's showing, you know, you taking on that spirit of the oppressor and working in his system, especially as a sister, as you say, Black, Latino, Native Indian. You're going to do what? Without that hedge, or as you say, or that man over here, that righteous Black man, this is the end result now. Because why? Because now you want to, as you say, you don't have that push, or you don't have that hedge to tell you, hey, or that head to tell you, hey, leave that, forget that. We will survive, because now we belong to a nation. Just like, as you say, how the East Indian and the Chinese could say, hey, forget that, go and make that baby. That baby more important. That baby could be, as you say, the future, as you say, wherever doctor or lawyer, to help build the nation. So like, yes, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, damn right. Give me Psalms 103. Right?
Oh, God.
And because Zach, I don't know if you could find it for me, right? All right. There's a book called The Bird Dirt by Ben Wattenberg.
I'll grab the scripture.
Yeah, grab the scripture. See if we can find that, right?
Come.
You know what I mean? It's just one of them books where the oppressor he tries to keep away from us, because India is really he's writing it for his people. You understand? And it's what you call us having babies, meaning when I say us, the Native Indians, the Hispanics and Native Indians, right?
Right.
Us having babies is what you would call our oppressor fear. You understand?
Right.
He fears that. You know what I mean? You start turning down that them abortion clinics start getting closed down. You know what I mean? In the black communities, in the Hispanic communities, things like that started happening. He is going into a panic mode. You understand?
Right.
What is scripture for me?
103 and what, sir?
No, 100 and verse 3. Psalm 100 and verse 3.
100 verses. Can. The book of Psalms.
This is for these selfish women who think they own their own body. All right? You don't. Read.
Can. The book of Psalms, chapter 100 and verse 3. Know ye that the Lord, he is God.
Mm-hmm.
It is he that had made us.
You understand? Now, black woman in her mind, she thinking it's her making that baby. She created that baby. No.
Right.
The Lord created that baby in your womb. You understand? You know how hard it is to have a child?
Right.
Do you know how hard it is? A million sperms get shoot up in you, one making it.
Right.
And sometimes that don't even happen if the Lord not with you. You understand? It's difficult. So when you do get pregnant, that's from the Lord. Read it again.
Can. The book of Psalms 100 and verse 3. Know ye that the Most High, he is power. It is he that made us.
It's he that made us. God. Not you, black woman. You understand? The Lord. Read on.
And not we ourselves.
And not what?
We ourselves.
Right.
Not we ourselves. A selfish woman will say, it's my body, it's health care.
Right.
You understand? There is so much health care, but then stop having sex. Just close the
Right.
leg. That's the first step to being healthy, right? If that is health care.
Right.
Stop having sex. You understand? Stop it. And you'll be extremely healthy.
Because if I could, them abortions ain't healthy either. They try to make it. They try to make it like abortions are a clean snip surgery, like you getting a clean mouth clean at the dentist. Those abortions tearing up the inside of woman's sister's wounds, tearing up the systems that she had babies with. They're getting breast cancer, the milk getting cancerous, their body going through all them hormones, then the baby disappears. So your body doing with all these hormones that is supposed to be going to the baby, it's just doing all type of things in your body, and then you become sick. How's that healthcare?
Right.
You go to have an abortion, next thing you know, you sitting there with breast cancer. And that's what happens. A lot of those sisters get breast cancer behind these abortions. It happens all the time, but they try to keep that hush hush.
Right.
Yeah.
They keep that on the low. You know, 100,000 black women with breast cancer linked to abortions, but we don't hear about that part.
That's right.
The white women wasn't saying that statistic, was it?
Right.
So you know what I mean. And if I could say one more thing,
go ahead.
If we don't because of these Christian churches, and these Muslim mosques, they the ones who are educating us to the point where we're so educated, but we don't even know what life's about.
Right.
Like if we were to really operate on what life is really about, we would know from young, going into high school and college and all that, we would know I gotta make money or be a fruitful person so I can get a family and build and have kids.
Right.
Like that's what it's all about. It ain't about going and partying and getting drunk and getting high and all that. That's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about setting yourself up, and so you can set up your family as a man and women too. Our people in the dark about life. They just trying to go through life. Hey, 35 years old and still just trying to figure it out. Like, I'm trying to be single. I'm in the dating scene. I'm just trying, doing different things and don't even know what life is about. They just out here. Have no clue. They all on the podcast. You hear them on these podcasts saying stupid, stupid things so they can get a hit. So the people can get hits. They put put a mic in front of a sister. Something silly gonna come out her mouth, and it's gonna get a million hits, like General Muhammad said. But that's not. We supposed to be building up families, building up our nation. If we had that mindset where we were preparing for that from the beginning of our lives, throughout our lives, we would have direction. We would be focused on what we need to focus on as a people, as opposed to being these flighty people who have no clue what to do. And when we do have a baby, we're not even prepared. We just like, oh dang, a baby came. I had no clue this was about to happen. I'm just and then they unprepared, don't know, ain't even thought about building up a family and building and having these babies. They just something that's just happening along the side of the road of the journey. As opposed to us being intentional about it, how we supposed to be. See, as these Christians, man, they told us, women now are loose. Think like a man, act like a woman, think like a man. How the hell did that help anybody? How was that preparing us to raise families?
That's right.
So everybody listening should be able to hear that nonsense in these churches that they've been teaching.
That's right. Words spoken by a true father himself. You understand? Right. And that's what brothers missing in these homes. Fathers who gonna guide them and teach them about life. You understand? Now you grew up with a father. He gonna put something in your head about what life is really about. Don't go and spend your money. Put your money aside, save it. Do this, do that with it. You understand? But America done find a way to get the father out of the house. So now brothers stumbling, sisters stumbling along the way of life trying to figure it out. You understand? And by the time sister 30, she done commit like 5 abortions. When that could have been 5 strong soldiers or 5 strong sisters coming in to help her in the next 20 years when she's 50. She could full out retire and now, sit back and enjoy life. You understand?
Right.
But sacrifice first. You know what I mean? You women don't want to sacrifice nothing. And then when you get old, you wonder where all the men gone. You understand? What they don't tell you all is the psychological effect abortion has on you. You understand? That don't leave you. That don't leave your conscience. You go talk to a brother who done, commit murder or had to kill. That don't leave you. So of course, you're a woman, you kill an innocent child, you think that's going to leave you? That's going to mess you up mentally. Right. It's going to mess you up mentally. You will not be able to hold on a relationship, like you should, because you're going to be messed up mentally over this. You understand? Hey, Kazak, you got the book?
Yeah, Kawakana, sir.
How much it going for?
It's going for, I went to the article about it. It's going for $344. $344.
Okay, that cheap. The last time I checked, it was $1,400. You understand?
Yeah, this is the only one I could find. It's only one left, and this is a real used one. Like it's used, like this is somebody's personal one that's raggedy, and they selling it, sir. Like you can't get this junk.
They ain't publishing that book again like that, and it's a reason why they're not doing that book. Yeah, the author is a so-called Jewish man. You understand,
sir?
And he in there it talks about the fears that they're going to have in the next maybe 20, 30 years, when they become minority. And that's the whole fear that the oppressor has of him becoming minority in America. Because he knows his woman, it's, if it hard for black women to get pregnant, brother, a white woman, she has to be on fertility for about 10 years before she pop one out. You understand? And they be waiting till they're like 40 or 45 to have one. You know what I mean? Lord be with that, you know what I mean, with that child. You know what I mean? Because who knows, you know what I mean? Once you wait till that time, you know what I mean, anything can happen. Meaning that child might be special. You understand?
So, like, sir, I was reading.
Come on.
This is a heavy book too. I didn't know it was this much. I would definitely want to buy it. I was reading a summary about it, and it's interesting that all these nations, all the world nations, they understand in order to maintain power. Pretty much the gist of it is you have to have babies. Like and it's almost like it's so common sense that it shows you how much of a slave we've been reduced to here in America to even think murdering your kids is progress. Like every nation, like it show you we don't have a government. You know, we have one in the U.P.K, but our leaders, our Christian leaders, they have failed to stand in the gap and to really put us where we need to be as a people. Because every people, every race, that's what I'm reading the summary, they understand that power is directly intertwined to having kids, having people, increasing your footprint. And so it's just like I never even heard of this capsule. The water for putting me on, because I'm gonna try to find a cheap audio book if they even doing that, because I definitely want to read this and do a couple TikToks on this right here.
Brother, if you do find that, you know what I mean, come let me know. Israel, you're out there. I know we're resourceful. You put your hand on a copy of that. Bring it my way. I need that book.
Me too.
You know what I mean, I need to read that to see what the so fear about about us. We don't own no gun factory. We don't make no tanks. We don't make, you know what I mean, we don't make no, you know what I mean, missiles. We don't do them thing. Why you fear us like that? You know what I mean? You fear us because we're the Lord chosen people.
That's
anything we put behind to, you know what I mean, is gold. Like any other nation that went through the oppression that we went through, they would have been nigh unto extinct. You know what I mean? Straight up. Nigh unto extinct. Because the oppressor, he in himself, he sees that he's going to live one day as a Negro, he's committing suicide. He's not living that life. You understand? So you can imagine him under the oppression. The amount of suicides you will have to deal with in a day will be ridiculous. You understand? Right? And any more on those? Any more on that? On it? So what?
Yeah. Listen. Basically, you could say that it is because basically you kind of touch on everything that you know in the story with concern.
I know, swear. Because you have anything you want to read anything from there for them?
I kind of did, sir. It's I'm reading it now. This is crazy. Like this, everything that we know in the U.P.K, these devils and these oppressors, they put it in this book and they know it. If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
Kawakan, during the first 2 decades of the 20th century, there was a great deal of talk in the United States of such subjects as race suicide, the decline of Western civilization, and the yellow peril. As a number of influential authors observed, the birth rate was declining in all Western nations. If this trend was not reversed, they warned, the inhabitants of Western Europe and the United States were likely to find themselves overwhelmed by peoples who were breeding more vigorously. The theme was one that President Theodore Roosevelt returned to again and again. He repeatedly warned the American people of the race decadence that would be inevitable consequence of low birth rate. If marriages did not produce an average of 4 children, he said, then the Germans or the Slavs would eventually achieve world dominance. So like you said, I thought like they know having kids directly intertwined with dominance. And that's why like they in America, they fought so hard, not just America too, in the Caribbean, wherever we are, they fought so hard to the eugenics, all that the Planned Parenthood it comes from eugenics. Like it's not healthcare. Planned Parenthood is murder, and it's sanctioned murder from the idea that we have to control the population of this people, because, like in Egypt, they are mightier than we are. They are mighty.
Right.
They are, like Pharaoh said about us and the Hebrews in the scriptures. So this is mind blowing. Like I'm gonna do a couple TikToks on this, sir. This is mind blowing. Like you said, like this is information that this book costs so much for a reason. Like this is information that they don't want us to have. They want us to believe that you have a life. You can have a life if you abort your children. Like, if I could, I just want to say this. Anybody that's telling you that, let me help you. You having a child is probably the greatest thing you'll ever do in life. Like, right. There's nothing you're going to do in life that's going to rival you having a child. Like, I know you got big dreams and big fantasies of what you could be or what you could have been. I'm here to give you a dose of reality. You having that child or those kids is the greatest thing you'll ever do. That's it. So, have those kids. You have no life. What career?
That's it. That's right. And F your dreams. What about the child? The child don't have dreams.
That's right. Right.
You know what I mean? Get a child a chance to dream just like you dream. Just like your mother give you a chance in this world. You know what I mean? You give the child a chance in this world too. Come on.
Right.
Can't be worse. Come on.
So like I said, and just as you all bringing out, again, if you want the children, again, if you're Black, Latino, Native Indian, to have a future, check out the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. Again,
that's right.
This is the only place, as you say, where you see it, where children will really have a future, as we say, or as we say, a nation. Because outside and knowing the truth and knowing your culture, your heritage, as we say, this is the end result. Because now, again, when you look at all, as we say, the events that that been keeping, all the, as we say, the cookouts, even as we say, the high holidays, these feast days and them, these days are the Lord, ordain us as a nation to keep. When you look, and as we say, everything is prepared in a way that the children themselves will really grow up knowing one another. Just like how, as we say, you keep your, as we say, your holidays. We have high holidays to keep and bring and we say get children together, because why? This is how they're going to know who it is. Because now when they come and ask the question, as we say, Mommy, Daddy, what feast day today is, we could be able to explain them what it is that we keep in. Because why? The Lord ordained us to train up, as the scripture says, train up our children in the way that it should go. And this is so important because, again, it's so important. So that
right.
That's right.
If I could, also, Captain Mashak put a story in the private chat. It's a real recent story. I think it happened today. It's in the private chat. If you want to get to it, Ottawa, it's on you, Captain. I thought.
Yeah. I mean, let's get it. You know what I mean?
Let me go to
let's get it. You know what I mean? And you know, if you brothers and sisters out there, you know what I mean? You don't have to, you know what I mean, kill your child, man. You know what I mean? If you don't want the child, bring it in here. Commander and Hannah, you know, set this place up where, you know what I mean, these schools, they're gonna take the burden. They're gonna take on that burden so that child could live. You understand?
Right.
You bring it them all the way in here. Who got any story? So up here, you able to get it?
You got it. I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
ABC News. A white.
Salakia, you'll bear with me. Salakia, rip it out running, but we gonna get in. We gonna get in. Well, go ahead. You can get our story.
Come on.
A white man fatally shoots 3 black people at a Florida store in a hate crime, then kills himself. Jacksonville sheriff says a white gunman who killed 3 people at a Dollar General store was racially motivated and hated black people. A masked white man fatally shot 3 black people inside a Jacksonville, Florida dollar store in a predominantly African-American neighborhood on Saturday. In an attack where he used a gun painted with a swastika. Officials said the shooter, who had posted racial writings, then killed himself. Jacksonville sheriff told the news conference that the attack left 2 men and 1 woman dead. Says he hated black people, Walter said after reviewing the man's writing, which were sent to federal law enforcement officials and at least 1 media outlet shortly before the attack. He added the gunman acted alone, and there is absolutely no evidence the shooter is part of any larger group.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
that's a lie. He is part of a larger group. It's called the white man.
That's right.
Right.
It's called the oppressor. It's called the devil. It's called Lucifer, son of the morning.
Right.
A cop, Salakia. The brother, not the brother, but the devil in what you gonna tell you that killed those people in Buffalo. He act alone.
Right.
The shooter who killed the Dylan Storm Roof, who killed them churchgoers. He act alone too, right?
Yeah,
we seen a pattern.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's a sequence.
And Florida is the state that Ron DeSantis was making all them remarks and all them statements, stoking the fire. Remember, he was stoking the fire for a few months now. Stoking the fire, stoking the fire, stoking the fire. So he definitely didn't act alone. You know what I mean? He didn't act alone. Listen, even the way how the cops is saying they forward his letter to something, and we know he didn't act alone. If they're looking for a brother, they're kicking in that brother's family's house and arresting everybody for questioning.
Right.
Nobody go to this oppressor's house to question him about nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody did. Nah. That's there. That's there. This is it. It's starting to snowball again. It's starting up to snowball, and you're gonna see more and more of this happening. You know what I mean? Even the what's that broad name who was from Alaska, who was trying to run for president a few years ago?
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin recently came out and said, you know, the race wars, not the race, civil war. It's race war she's talking about. Civil war gonna happen because y'all locked Trump up. Y'all locked Trump up, and she said the judicial system is what's the word she used? It's like split level, something like that, like this multi-level or dual level, meaning there's one justice for a certain amount for certain people, and there's another justice for another people. Where the hell was Sarah Palin when Philando Castile needed that argument?
Right.
Yeah.
Like when is Osu dying and Osu getting locked up? You know, the system works fine.
Right.
But when it's Trump and Giuliani them getting locked up, now it's a dual level justice and all kind of nonsense. There's more shit like this gonna happen.
Yep. And one our brother said something in the chat there that's so heavy too. You know what I mean? And that's so crazy. Like for real. You know what I mean? If this has to go, like you understand if a black man wake up one morning and do it. I'm not saying he should do it. Black people should never do this. But you will understand because we've been in captivity. We oppress. And we don't do that. So he ain't act alone. You understand? He not oppressed. He's a free man. But in some way in his mind, you know what I mean, black people taking over his country. You understand? And that's the same book I was telling. That's that book that I talked to you about Kazakh I was telling you all about. All that that is as a result of fear. You understand what I'm saying? You hating black people for what reason? We don't own none of the stores. You understand? We poor.
God, and there's more in the article, some good stuff too, if you want.
Yeah, please.
Waters said
So like I can read it for you, sir.
It's the wild.
Kawakan. Waters said the shooter, who was in his 20s, used a Glock handgun and an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, with at least one of them painted with a swastika. He was wearing a bullet-resistant vest. He said the shooter had once been involved in a 2016 domestic violence incident and was once involuntarily committed to a mental hospital for examination.
Man, it's lucky cap. It's lucky
Don't
cap.
don't tell me nothing when I come in there with a wheelbarrow and ask for everything on the damn shelf. That's all I'm saying. Don't tell me, don't say nothing, don't answer no kind of background check, nothing. When I come in there with a wheelbarrow and 2 duffel bags and say, give me that, give me everything. Like, goddamn. Like, this, he do everything.
Yeah.
What didn't he do?
Look, he got domestic. That's, you ain't supposed to really get a gun after you got a domestic.
This sees all your guns. This sees everything. I mean, I don't know what Florida, the state of Florida laws is with that, but I know most other places, you have some domestic issue, some sort of civil violence or prone to violence, they're taking everything off of you.
Come on,
and then it said, go ahead, I don't want to slide.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then it said he was involuntarily admitted to the mental hospital, which don't mean he walked in there. It means they put his ass in there.
Yeah, they warded him in there. He was warded.
Like, not from his choice. They put him in there because other people could see he was off his rockers. And really, it's a crime to whoever let him buy a gun. They should be investigated also.
That's my point. Listen, now, if this was a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian who did some sort of shooting, could have been self-defense. They would have seized his gun anyway. They would have gone and digged up his whole house. They would have interviewed the whole family. The whole family would have had to do a damn deposition on this nigga.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Anybody who ever fed him, whoever paid his rent, they'd have interviewed everybody who funded him and aided and abetted him to commit this terrorist act.
Yep.
But these devil cops here, look at them in the corner here. What they say? He acted alone.
Right.
They have his back already. He acted alone. Listen, they didn't say his name. I ain't seen thing to put his name in there at all.
No, I don't see it, sir.
So how they know he act alone? How they know he act alone if he ain't had no name?
Right.
Man, they need to turn that investigation over to the I.S.U.P.K. They for sure will be more thorough than them police. We're gonna tell you exactly what took place.
Israel in these southern white supremacist states needs to come into the I.S.U.P.K. and command Johnny Howard.
That's right.
That's it. Like right at this point, you looking to see who's gonna protect you and do this. That ain't happening. Today, today in DC, they celebrate 60 years of the Civil Rights March on Washington with Martin Luther King.
Right.
60 years. A white man could still walk into a store and just commit violence, random wanton violence against somebody.
Right.
But he's celebrating 60 years of what? We can't get his name. We can't get his name, and he acted alone.
Where's his picture at?
Where's his picture at? What do he look like?
Right.
Like
you know Salaki.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, they're gonna give some sad story about him, his mental illness. They're gonna tell you what
blame it on
family he come from. Yeah. They're gonna give some sad story to make this monster look humane when he is just a monster. You understand? That they refuse to tame or him to acknowledge that he was a monster. And the hell you tell me he had all them strikes against him, and he had a Glock and what? What else he had?
AR-15.
AR-15. How you could be so crazy and have them lethal weapons? A Glock, though, Germany, and an AR-15, they didn't take much to squeeze, and he have all that on him.
Okay, and this is what baffles me, right? This is what's baffling me, which is why I say everybody needs to come into the UPK. You had Dylan Stormroof, South Carolina. You had Peyton Gendron up there in Syracuse.
Right.
2022, Supreme Court Justice passed, across the board, shall issue. Nobody had a lawful firearm to let something fly as he letting something fly.
Right.
Like at this point, and you had Jason Aldean singing "Try That in a Small Town." So nobody in there. We have all the firepower to shoot each other. But in the store where your mother and your sister and your woman and your kids shopping, nobody let nothing fly at this devil. Like that. Listen, man. Listen. And here is full of strong men. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Whoever is this devil and those like him, I see what y'all doing. Right. And as a nation, we had to understand where our oppressor going. Like the whole push with getting high and the drugs and the weed, on top of all the frivolous charges brothers get, he damn near boxing you out of defending yourself.
Yep.
So even if you are armed, more than likely you might have it illegally.
Right.
And then now those who could get it because of the Christian church scared of the goddamn thing, and would just let this nigga just walk in the damn place and start lighting it up. And what you gonna do? Drop to your knees and pray?
Right.
Like at this point, you mean to tell me there's no where I'm looking for the hero in the story, the courageous, valiant, brother. You know what I mean? Like someone of your either Kapash or Sawap, you may not know it, but Kapash or Kazak, y'all should be able to find the story where it was a shooter in a mall or in a store in a restaurant. And this
here in
brother,
Indianapolis.
Okay, no, not that one. You could get that one too. The one in Indianapolis, it was somebody who had a concealed carry, and he let that shooter have it. The one I'm talking about is this brother. I think it was a restaurant or a Cracker Barrel, one of them places. And a brother, he got shot, but he got up and I think he wrestled the shooter to the ground and took the gun. But he took a couple shots, and it was a young brother too. He was probably 18 or 22 or something like that. If you could find that story, please. And Kapash, if you find the one in Indianapolis too. But this type of thing here, brother, like this is going to increase more and more. We see they lock the king up there. They lock the king. They you see some devil puts in the chat here, Trump is Jesus.
Yep.
Right. You know what that means? Like how when they lock Christ up, ready to crucify him and saying free Barabbas, free Barabbas. That's how they feel about Trump.
That's right.
Yep.
You understand? They feel like their Messiah is persecuted. That's what they're gonna say now. He suffered the persecution. And when his homies snitch on him and tell on him, they're gonna say, well, they betrayed Christ. So what do you expect to happen to Trump? That's how they feel about him.
I got the story too on the Greenwood
Go
Mall
ahead,
shooter.
Go ahead.
1 year, I'm about to read it. 1 year later, Greenwood Mall mass shooting that left 3 dead. This is from July. Monday marks 1 year since the Greenwood Park Mall shooting that left 3 dead before an armed bystander killed the armed suspect. The Greenwood Police Department responded to a shooting call at the mall around 6 p.m. The suspect, identified as 20-year-old Jonathan Douglas Sapperman, them 20-year-olds, because this one was 20-year-old too, entered the food court. The suspect opened fire in the food court, killing 3 people, injuring 2 more. The shooter was shot and killed by a man visiting the mall within 15 seconds of the shooting, was identified as Elijah Dickin. Dickin was visiting the mall with his girlfriend and opened fire on the suspect from 30 yards away. Sapperman was the lone shooter who opened fire in the mall with a Sig Sauer M400 semi-automatic rifle.
Come on, man.
Whoa.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, you mean to tell? And they say he lights him up within 15 seconds. So he takes 5 seconds per person that he killed. You understand? Each person that he put down take him 5 seconds. And this guy hit him from 30 yards. 30 yards, Zach. I think I ought to go to the range before I head to New York. 30 yards is impressive, brother.
That's right.
Yep.
30 yards is what? That's 90 feet?
Yeah, Kawaka.
Yeah.
And that's what Sha'Carri Richardson and others be running? God, nah, that's not so much. But God, that's a good distance, man. That's that's a huge distance. And
that's
to
1/3
nobody else.
That's 1/3 of a football field. 1/3 of a football field.
That's, man, listen, that's a good distance with people scampering, and you don't hit nobody else. Like, come on, man. And listen, whoever that devil was, he understood that that woman who was with him, life is in his hands. He understood it. And he understood, this is another thing that devil understands. That devil understands that his people will do dumb shit in public.
Yeah.
And he's not burying nobody and explaining nothing to nobody. You know, you want to be equal to the oppressor? Well, goddamn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go get trained. Go do your thing. Come into the UPK and learn how to be a priest, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come in here and learn how to be a priest of the Lord. You know what I mean? And some just for anybody who might say, well, you know, you're putting your faith in weapons or arms or nothing. No, I'm not. Because the next story is going to give you the spirit of what I'm talking about. You anybody find the story with your brother?
Lies, sir. The only one that keep popping up is the one in Monterey, California, when the cat wrestled the gunman.
It was a brother?
It's not showing if it was a brother or not, sir.
Okay, hold on.
And if you could, this guy, it says he has some incel on his last letters.
Of
he
course.
says, I want to hurt people. He said, this was a result of my issues, mental instability, depression, frustration, and sexual isolation.
Listen, man.
Kiss that gun.
Listen, man. It's so, oh man, it's so bad. Trump, listen, this is your fan base in Trump.
Yeah.
This is your support. This is your support group. All you Trumpsters in the chat room now, you guessed of Trump. Tim Lee said Trump all the way. What's the other one who said Trump is Christ? Karina S. Which one of y'all gonna give your little sister or daughter to this incel here? Well, he dead now, but give it to the next one. Save her life, man.
That's right. We gotta start blaming these white women, man. These oppressors women.
These white women, they're rationing the vagina, man.
Yeah.
They're rationing out the vagina. Like they need to be free with this thing, man. They're giving all the bucks to OnlyFans on Instagram. They're gonna give bucks to this dude. You know what I mean?
Save my life.
Because if I could, the damn federal agents and agencies, they're not doing their job. They're not investigating this. I guarantee you, God forbid, but if it was some type of brother who had a shield or something like that, and he went and did something like this, they'd investigate every brother with a shield.
Yep.
But he got a swastika, and they ain't investigating none of these groups with the swastika still going on.
Right.
So the police ain't doing their job. So y'all got to do it. Y'all Caucasian women, y'all got to do it because the feds ain't gonna do it. The FBI, the CIA, None of them departments that's in charge of this type of shit. The ATF ain't even on top of this. How he even get a gun? ATF supposed to be all gun. The gun, we gotta get all the gun policies under control. You can't have the stock on the gun without this type of gun. You gotta have it like this. You gotta have the guns with this and that. But where the hell the ATF at with this?
Right.
What the hell's going on? All these underage devils getting guns. The same one in Milwaukee or whatever who shot in that whole crowd. He wasn't even supposed to have a gun. But the ATF is supposed to be the big bad patrol and everything like that. See, you can't trust these people to do their job.
Right.
Salaki, if I may, it's just like what Captain Shock said. Like, it's almost like they are doing their job. Like when they said this cat didn't act alone, when they say he acted alone, it's like, no, he's not acting alone. None of these white supremacists are acting alone. They got an entire system behind them, and all the organizations, Captain Kapasa, that you just listed, like these organizations, like to negligence is what's the word? Being complicit. Like they're negligent. Even if we just want to say it's negligence, which of course us in the U.P.K, we wise to know the oppressor is not just being negligent and letting this happen. He's an active participant. But even let's just say let's just say that these organizations are just negligent and they're failing to properly do their job. That speaks volumes in of itself. It's like, we can't either way. We can't trust, like you said, Captain Paj, we can't trust these folks. But the reality is that these white supremacists, they are not alone. They are acting with full support of a government, with a law enforcement, with all types of power. Like you said, like I don't know if Florida, I try to look it up, if Florida has a red flag state, but most states have adopted some sort of similar policy where any type of domestic dispute, they at least take your weapons even during the investigation.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even just during the investigation, like that doesn't even make sense. Even if you get somebody puts a restraining order against you, I don't know how other states do it. Yeah, you got to give that up. If somebody put a restraining order against you, like any type of domestic thing, like, and that's one thing in Esau military, they told us. They told us this. It's like, listen, it's two things in Esau military you do not get jammed up with, because the government will abandon you. They will not defend you. They said domestic violence and then the drinking and driving. And I was like, damn. But they said that domestic violence is something where it's like, man, you get caught up with that. It's like that should be the end of you ever owning a weapon if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American. But of course, these rules don't apply to them because they're not acting alone. They're acting as a well-oiled mechanism, a well-oiled beast.
And he was a young criminal thug because he only 20. How he already got charges?
You know what, Kaprash, you so right. Like, damn.
Like, when did he get to charge? At 18?
Domestic violence.
Mental got put in the mental asylum, and probably some more stuff. And that's another thing. They need to check his messages, because anybody who's seen him put a message that, oh, I'm gonna do this and do that, and they was like, oh yeah, I hate them, they all need to be investigated or put on charges too.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Because you know how they talk online. When they get online, these devils start showing their real colors, man.
Right.
They start really talking shit.
Listen, if I could, if anybody in the chat could find that article, please. It's a brother. Okay, he got shot, I think, twice in trying to rescue people. You know what he did? It was a shooting somewhere, and he was running back and forth, bringing people out. He was bringing people out or wherever it was. I want to believe it's a restaurant or something. And he had got hit. I mean, he put himself in harm's way. I just can't remember his name. This was a couple years ago. It definitely was before COVID. And when they interviewed him on the news, he got bandages and all that type of stuff. And they're saying he's a hero and this and that. And he didn't have no weapons. But he put himself, in harm's way. I can't even remember the brother's name. But for, you know, again, just to go back to anybody who think we harping on, you know, firearms and nothing like that. I'm talking about the spirit behind it, where you actually fighting for your life. Don't wait to fight for your life with a doctor and a nursing staff talking about he's a fighter. No, nigga, when somebody come to take your life, they'll fight you for it. They'll fight you for it. And shit, after Alabama, nobody had a chair in that damn store. So we ain't learned nothing after Alabama then.
And Salakia Cap, if I could read a little sum here for Black people, Hispanic and Native Indian. It's from that book, The Lucifer Principle, right? They say remove the testicles from a rooster and it becomes a peace-loving bird. Sew the testes back into its stomach and the masculine hormones once again flood the fowl's bloodstream. Now the recently mild-mannered chicken struts off to start a fight. They're saying that your pastors, your church has made Black people so docile. Your leaders, your Martin Luther King, they have removed the testicles from Black people, where we have no type of fight, where we don't even, you know, I mean, we comfortable living amongst the people while they're killing us. You understand? Ain't nobody marching for this. You understand? Ain't nobody marching and saying, yo, you'll keep on killing us. You're killing us. No. Why? Because that testicles got removed. You understand? And ain't no fight. You want to get it back, you better come into the UPK to get that joint back. Get it all the way back. Learn how to fight. You know what I mean? And as Captain Meshach saying, we ain't talking about, you know what I mean, go get a gun. Go get a gun. You know what I mean? Gun is just there. You know what I mean?
But if you could legally have it, go have it and train. But like Nathak saying, we ain't putting the hope in it. But you gotta have a certain spirit in you. You gotta have that spirit in you. Like how many people he killed in that store?
3.
No, that's the Greenwood one. But the one in Florida.
Yeah, 3, sir.
3 again. Okay. So 3 people go down and nobody fell on this damn devil.
Can't nobody pop the trunk? Ain't nobody pop the trunk, huh?
No, listen, that's what I'm saying. Like especially after what's that one? Syracuse? Buffalo. After Buffalo, brother, if I go to the store, brother, I spend a couple of minutes when I park the car. I check out the parking lot. I walk into the door. I'm watching all over. I know Buffalo was a year ago, but I don't know when the next fool gonna get courage.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just looking up some of the videos, and I seen one with my exclusive video captures the moment man disarms Montgomery Park gunman at second dancehall. Brandon Taze, 26, has been hailed a hero for wrestling the firearm away from the gunman accused killing 11 and wounding others at a Southern California dancehall.
What's his name? Brandon what?
Those are Asians, though.
Yes, like that's the one I kept seeing. I found the one though, sir. Why did you send it to me?
Okay, hold on. This guy, the guy who I'm talking about, is this a brother also?
Nah.
At Moab.
Okay, no sweat. Hold that so up. We're gonna come to that because all that is relevant. What's the one you have? Kazak.
Brandon. His name is Brandon Shaw.
Brandon Shaw.
Kawakan. Just like James Shaw Jr. The 29-year-old hero from Waffle House shooting. I saw the opportunity and I took it. James Shaw Jr. cried at least 4 times Sunday after a tragic morning where he wrestled a gun away from a shooter at an Antioch Waffle House. The shooting left 4 dead and injured numerous others. The first time Shaw Jr. cried was in an ambulance at 4 a.m. while he was transported to the hospital for a gunshot wound. One of the paramedics asked Shaw Jr. questions while checking his blood pressure. He asked if I had kids, Shaw Jr. said. I thought I could have possibly never seen my daughter again. That hurt. The 29-year-old's actions are credited with saving numerous lives. After the
Read that again. Read that part again.
Kawakan. The 29-year-old's actions are credited with saving numerous lives. After the suspect, clothed in only a green jacket, opened fire with an AR-15 rifle at 3:25 a.m. at the Antioch Waffle House on Murfreesboro Pike.
Listen, I didn't even think this is the one I'm talking about. But we're gonna take this one. The one I'm talking about, this brother had he had braids or dreads or some short dreads. But I'll take this one. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see what we have here.
Several months as the accused shooter, Travis Reinking, was treated for schizophrenia and cleared once again to stand trial. He's pleaded not guilty, but prosecutors argue he knew exactly what he was doing.
Never before seen surveillance video from the deadly 2018 shooting at a Nashville area Waffle House playing out in court as the trial against the accused gunman intensifies. Here you see the dining room full of people, then glass flying through the air as bullets pierce the windows. Watch as customers dive for cover, gunfire raining from the shooter's semi-automatic weapon. Then, in an act of pure bravery and courage.
Come on, man. Come on, let me hear that part again, nigga. Come on.
Bravery and courage.
Listen, she said then.
Act of pure bravery
Let's go back.
Automatic weapon. Then, in an act of pure bravery and courage ignited by terror, the man hailed as the Waffle House hero, James.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's right.
Come on, man. We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house and the fucking Waffle House too. Hell.
That's right.
Right.
Hell.
She
said then, in courage and bravery, fueled by terror. Like, listen, man, like we gonna have to now reach to a point where, you know, it's how much you're gonna try to save your life under this oppressor.
Right.
Maybe if you'll be willing to lose your life, scores of other people could live.
That's right.
God.
He didn't run and duck. He got busy.
God. If I could, that shit was amazing. When you seen that image of that devil come through that door with that AR, that thing was about as big as that devil.
Yep.
Like anybody seeing that, you know, and knowing what that thing could do, it would be normal for you to just get the hell out of there. Like he in the back, he could have just went out the back door and just ran for his life.
He playing that out.
Man, if you could rewind it more to where the devil first walked in,
where
you see him just coming with the huge AR. Farther back, if you could. Oh, not you. If that's you, Adawan?
Yeah. Listen, I feel you, because even how when he walked in, he was holding it like holding it like the thing heavy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me pull it back.
He's holding the thing.
Eye for cover, gunfire raining from the shooter's semi-automatic weapon. Then, in an act of pure bravery and courage ignited by terror, the man hailed as the Waffle House hero, James Shaw, confronts the gunman who had just charged inside the restaurant, forcing the shooter back out. Look again, right there, as Shaw throws the shooter to the ground. A struggle ensues before Shaw wrestles away the AR-15, still so hot from gunfire it burned his hands. Shaw recalling the heart-pounding moments when he took the stand Monday for the prosecution.
I finally get the gun and I throw it. And I watch the gun look like it was in the air for days. And I just watched it glide and glide and glide, and it finally went over the bar.
There, behind the service counter.
Listen, if I could.
Went over the bar.
There.
If I could. For you bastards who support Donald Trump, this is the same type of brother who was in your unfortunate, stinking Capitol Police uniforms that was risking their life to protect a government that hates them against you fucking terrorist bastards on January 6th. Trump needs to be put under the goddamn jail.
Right.
This brother said he watched the gun in the air like if it was there for days, brother. Brother, you know the type of terror you have to be experiencing? And just to be able to tell yourself to move your legs, left foot, right hand, left hand. Not today. You're not taking my life today.
Right.
God damn, man. This place needs to go, you know. Salaki, I'm ready, you know. I'm ready.
Right.
I have a bag here pack. I'm ready to rock it. This place needs to go quicker.
Right.
And then this is a Waffle House in Tennessee.
Yep.
I gained some more stories. Now of other black men who did the same thing, and none of them is the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about, this brother definitely got shot. He definitely got shot, and he was still going back in trying to get people out. And the news and them was asking him, how is it the wounds didn't affect him? And he said he didn't even know he was shot.
Like we went to warrior mode.
Listen, we need to be in charge. And listen, because he did this devil gets to stand trial. And listen, it might seem like you should put him to death, but the one in Florida, he killed himself. Maybe you should have, you should have jumped in and stepped in. So now they had to go and try him and put him down or whatever. But you can't be letting these things happen so freely if you love your people. Surely you hazard your life for something else that's not going to benefit you at all. This brother here, he's a hero, but I know this thing has traumatized him. It scarred him.
Finally, went over the bar.
There, behind the service counter, 2 employees lying on the ground inches from the rifle that had just claimed 4 lives. 23-year-old Aquila Da Silva, 21-year-old Diabini Groves, 29-year-old Teron Sunderland.
Black people, man.
20-year-old Joe Perez.
And Hispanics, man. Come on. Give me Jeremiah 15:5, brother. Please. Listen, man. I need Saturday to come around quick. I need to go to camp. Some of these devils need to get to cuss the hell out, brother. Like, you go into a Waffle House with everybody, and you find the only black and Hispanic people to put under the ground. God gonna burn this kingdom down, man. God is gonna burn this kingdom to the ground, man.
Right.
Who are Jeremiah 15:5?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 15 and verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall aside to ask now thou doest?
Right, and who shall pull aside to ask how we do it? Ain't nobody asking how we do it, man. Ain't nobody asking how we do it at all. This is black and Hispanic people you looking at right here.
That's right.
This is black and Hispanic people you looking at right here. And nobody stepped in but another black man. Nobody stepped in but another brother. And that speaks volumes to how, to where the salvation comes from and who we should be turning to in a time where our lives are in danger.
Right.
That speaks volume. The other picture, all them cops surrounding them black people and saying, well, he acted alone. Now, damn that. They should be looking for a black man with courage and bravery, just like the brother who just testified here, to be able to say, you know what, now we're going to move this way. We're going to shut down that, we're going to separate from these people. If I could get one more, please, give me Jeremiah 50 and 33.
Come.
Damn right, Malakama say, Tim Lee, let him be locked up for being a criminal who incited a riot that led to people's death. Damn right. Damn right. You want to know what Trump needs to be in jail for? He incited a riot in DC. If you start a fight in a club or a public area that has a ton of people, and or some situation you start, and in the midst of starting it, people get trampled or something happened and somebody died, they will charge you for their death. They will say you caused it. Trump, he got blood on his hands.
Right.
Yeah. And this is not about politics. This is just about straight black and white, justice.
Right.
You did something that caused people to die, at least some kind of manslaughter charge. At least.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Let me get that one in Jeremiah, please. Whoever holding it.
Khan. Go ahead, Priest.
Khan. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah will oppress together.
Will oppress how?
Together.
Will oppress how?
Together.
Go ahead.
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
That's why Trump needs to be in jail, man. That's why he needs to be in jail. He wants to be in charge of the country that refused to let us go. You need to be in jail. You need to be in jail, man. Like listen, that's who you're looking at right here. Blacks and Hispanics, the children of Judah, the children of Israel, and we was oppressed together in the time of Jeremiah and now.
Right.
And a brother had to run through there and put his life on the line with his fist. The Bible says Judah's hands will be sufficient for him. I'm assuming that the brother was a Judite. With his two hands and whatever strength the Lord gave him, he disarmed that devil and beat him out the store, beat the brakes off of him out the store. And you see how they say the gun line right next to two employees. And they're so, terrified, brother. They can't move.
And they finally went over the bar.
There, behind the service counter, two employees lying on the ground inches from the rifle that had just claimed 4 lives. 23-year-old Aquila Da Silva, 21-year-old D'Ebony Groves, 29-year-old Teron Sunderland, 20-year-old Joe Perez.
Just ran through the door thinking it's either going to be me or him or it's going to be, death.
Listen, brother, it takes tremendous courage to reach to that resolve.
Right.
And brotherhood.
Right.
It's either going to be me or him. And like the prophet said, he didn't have to come out. He could have went and hid. He was in the back.
Could have ran out the back door.
Yeah, he could have left and saved his life. But he sought to lose his life for the sake of the people of Christ. Man, brothers like this need to be celebrated and need to be given a real general to follow, man. Not no fake general or some preacher or some pastor somewhere who gonna sissify these men like, in fact, was just bringing out with the damn rooster.
Right.
Who gonna castrate you in your spirit and sometimes physically. He said, man, it's either gonna be me or him. Me or him. That's what you need on the front line, man. Not Martin Luther King.
Right.
That's right.
And if I could say something about Donald Trump, see, people may not understand, but this Donald Trump situation is extremely, extremely volatile and serious, right? This same thing happened in Germany right before World War II. Hitler and his group, he had a whole group. They were called like the Brown Shirts. And they stormed the Capitol building in Germany. It's called the Night of a Thousand Mirrors or Night in Broken Glass. And they stormed the Capitol in Germany and they were pushed back. A couple of people were shot and killed, and Hitler was locked up for help getting with them to storm the Capitol. And they locked up Hitler, I think, for 4 years or a little bit of time. He wrote that book, Mein Kampf. And then when he got out, he was a damn hero. He was a damn hero, and the country started to go through like a famine. And when he got out and the Brown Shirts came back into power, they put him right into the presidency, second to the president. And then, some building got burned down, one of the Capitol buildings, and the Kaiser stepped down, and then you had Hitler. And the rest is history. This is the same thing happened in Germany before World War II. And now it's happening again before World War III. If they just put Trump up for a little while, he'll get out and then go straight to the presidency.
And it's happening with a German again. Hitler was German. Trump is German.
Yep.
Trump. And like I said, if they just lock him up for like 6 months, after the 6 months, he's going to run for president if they don't stop him.
Yep.
And he's going to win. And guess what? He might not never step down.
No, he gonna step down though. There's a nigga coming to make everybody step down.
Right.
Everybody gonna have to hit the flow. How the start of Gilly song go? You ain't gotta leave. Everybody gotta get down on the floor. Get down on the floor. Get down on the floor. You ain't gotta leave, but you gotta get down on the floor. Everybody gonna get down that day. And that's where y'all need to be. Y'all need to get down. Because you're vile, man. You're a vile bunch of people. And let you tell it. Everything we do is a problem. And we the problem with society. When we the only thing that keeps your military running. We the only thing that keeps your entertainment running. You see, Shakari, she can't stop winning.
Right.
She can't stop winning. Them legs just moving. Just going wherever. You know what I mean? Like, we the only thing that gives your society a heartbeat.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy with that brother, man. And there's so many more. I think there's like 2 more. But if I could, I'm gonna look for the one I'm talking about. Because I think this brother had dreads or short braids or something. And he wrestled the dude, and then he went back in. He went back into to bring out some of the victims or something like that.
They need to make a movie about these brothers.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
They make a movie about a brother getting killed on the subway train, Fruitvale. They talk about he get up in the morning, you know, he put his shoes on, he talked to his family, then the situation happens. Well, make a movie about this. Brother gets his Waffle House hat together, you know what I'm saying? Puts on the waffle, gets the spatula ready, you know what I'm saying? And then he ends the day like a damn Rambo. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the AR out of a murderer's hand.
Right.
Sounds like a hit to me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, I think hold on. I think we have one more. Let me see.
The Sha'Carri Richardson story and then Donald Trump story.
Cause I just check and see if I sent you one there. I think that might be it. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to pull it up myself now.
Let me see.
Bear with me one. Okay, this one is in San Jose. Oh, I think this is it. I think this one is it. You was able to pull it up, Art?
Let me see.
Hold on, let me see. I could put it in the chat for you all.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think my damn computer.
Because I think they get enough.
Oh, okay. I think they're starting to freeze up a little bit. You'll be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and read it, sir.
Is my screen freezing up too? Or you all able to see?
Sir.
No, we hearing you and you seeing you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You want me to go ahead and read this one, sir?
Okay. I just put the article there in the
chat.
Shot by San Jose police last week is now suing the department and the city. Attorneys for Keon Green say he wrestled a gun away from another man during a fight at La Victoria restaurant moments before he was shot. ABC.
Hold on, let me pull this one. This might be it. I'm not entirely certain. But you have a whole ton of stories like these where brothers, you know, turn into straight up heroes and don't nobody say nothing about it. and they don't want to say nothing about it because they don't want us inspired to now defend ourselves. They want us to be like, you know, almost like a sitting duck type situation.
Yep.
Bear with me one. I don't know why it's moving so slow, Akim Salaki.
Man who was shot by San Jose police last week is now suing the department and the city. Attorneys for Keon Green say he wrestled a gun away from another man during a fight at La Victoria restaurant moments before he was shot. ABC 7 News reporter Dustin Dorsey has more from Green and his family.
I try to stay strong.
So, okay, are you all seeing? I can't tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seeing.
Okay, no, sir.
From my mom, from my pops, my whole family. I refuse to die.
Mentally and physically in pain, Keon Green shared the struggles he's facing for the first time after being shot by a San Jose police officer on March 27th.
I wake up in excruciating pain, tossing and turning. And then on top of that, I just keep seeing in the back of my head, just my hands. I remember looking at my hands and it was blood all over them. I just keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it.
Surveillance video showed that Green disarmed another man during a fight his lawyer said someone started with him. Green attempted to leave the restaurant when one officer shot him while he was still holding the gun. Green and his lawyers announced they filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city.
The city of San Jose and the San Jose Police Department heretofore have failed to treat my client, Keon Green, as a person he is, which is a hero.
We're still devastated because he has a future ahead of him. And he had one, but we don't know what that's going to go for him.
The 20-year-old sophomore football player at Contra Costa College says he's received scholarship interest from several schools, including San Jose State and Fresno State, among others. He's unclear when he could return to training with his teammates, and his family fears his future goals are now at risk after being shot 4 times.
Listen, them cops,
My son is
them cops pulled up and shot him 4 times, and he was the hero. And he's 20 years old. But we just read 2 20-year-old oppressors. All they could find the time to do is to go and sneak and, you know, harm the Lord's chosen people. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I ain't gonna hold you all no more with this. If I find the one, I'm gonna probably send it to you all or post it. But boy, it's so many stories. This is not the one, but it's something similar to this. But it was like an active shooter, and this brother went in there and got in between and helped save people, and he got hit a couple times. He got hit a couple times. Like that's where we need to go at this point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Let's get 2 more real quick, and we go 2 more that we could do in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we run with it. What you all holding? Sha'Carri Richardson?
Which one? Sha'Carri, sir?
I mean, if it's if you're one, you know what I mean. I think that's definitely too wild to deal with. You know what I mean? There's Sha'Carri Richardson, and there's also Northrop Grumman deliver a laser to the damn military, brother. a portable laser. They say the shit is the size of a fridge, and it could, you know, they give you the range on that shit. I forget which number that one is. We could touch on that one real quick.
Number 6.
Please.
Khan. Northrop Grumman delivers mini laser to U.S. government. Northrop Grumman Corporation has delivered a miniaturized high-energy laser source to the U.S. government. The laser is ruggedized for field use, and miniaturizing it allows for rapid placement in tactical situations. The 10 kilowatt class high-energy laser, known as Phantom, is about 12 cubic feet, nearly the size of a mini fridge. weighing less than 200 pounds. It enables lift, carry, and installation by as few as 2 personnel. The Phantom customer will integrate it with other subsystems for testing and delivery to military customers. Robert Fleming, Vice President and General Manager, Strategic Space Systems, Northrop Grumman, by miniaturizing this advanced capability, we are expanding the reach of our technology and continuing to lead the way in high energy lasers. Northrop Grumman is using its expertise and directed energy to deliver an extremely compact, lightweight, and efficient laser for the warfighter.
Hold on. Wait. Who the hell y'all fighting? The stormtroopers?
Right.
Get ready, Ukraine.
Star Wars.
That's right.
Listen,
Get
okay,
ready.
I don't understand it. Like, so bullets is not enough. The 45, the 50 cal, that ain't doing nothing there. I don't understand. And listen, this is 200 pounds. 2 people can lift it up. Bullshit. Ain't 2 people lifting that up. That little robot dog that they have, you know, the little robot dog?
Right.
They're going to put that on his back, and that dog going to sniff you out and fry you right there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be playing laser tag in the military.
That's how they had in the movie Terminator. The Terminators would be walking around with lasers and just lasing, you know,
like
stuff like that.
Like the Bible said, brother, he gonna do miracles in the sight of the world. He is going to do miracles, brother. Damn. Yeah, all this is to fight Christ, though. You can't tell me this is to fight, you know, the Afghans or the Koreans.
Right.
Can't tell me that at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
A portable something to deliver. What you say, to deliver what, laser fire to the war fire?
To the Kavakan, to the war fighter.
To the war fighter. So they have some other thing called a war fighter. They want to give it laser capabilities. Brother. And you don't want to fight an armed devil in a store.
Right.
It's crazy.
They about to have it hooked up to them drones, and they're gonna probably start cooking people. They're gonna be done cooked you and disintegrated you. You done disintegrated you with the laser from the sky.
Best believe.
Boy.
So I said no song. All I know, just split in half.
That's it. like on them cartoons. You talking to somebody and your piece of your face just slide off. Piece of your face just slide off, man. Oh Lord, that's dope. I can't see this one now. I get asking my father to sign into something.
Yeah, that one of them. But you
is this the one is one of them with the brothers?
Yeah, I think so. But the cops ended up killing him too. But he ended up dying. Yeah, he was a hero.
This the one I'm talking about. The brother lived. But like once you go and you look it up, these stories are common. It's just they don't talk about it. So when you see stuff like what happened up there in Buffalo, and I'm not blaming the people in the store either. I'm just saying, since like, you know, Dylan Storm Roof and that Buffalo shooting, at this point in time, you can't sleep on no devil who looking funny in the parking lot.
Yep.
He over there, you don't get a good feeling, go buy that, you know, go buy that chicken breast somewhere else, man.
So like I said,
go ahead.
And like, you know, like these stories and them, as you say, where we showing, as you say, brothers, you know, wrestling with the oppressor, you know, how it's important, as we say, for all people to really tune into these classes. And then because now when you really look at this now, let me say the platform again, airplay, it go more or less like make them understand that the Alabama boat ride and all too, everything was something similar towards it now. Is like, hey, brothers waking up, but when you keep these things on a down low now, you know, you won't really see that you know, black people or Hispanic or Native Indian waking up or seeing certain acts taking place, and again, because had that spirit on them, so like,
Yeah. Yep. You absolutely right, You absolutely right. Just like how they copy themselves with their terrorism.
Right.
You know, they don't want us to get inspired, as you say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, what's the other one we have? Shikari?
Yeah.
It's like it's a YouTube video.
First one?
Yeah, it's like, so that's a YouTube video.
It's a YouTube video. Okay, someone just pull the story. And I'm gonna just show her because I don't want to show the footage of the races because I think NBC own all them kind of Olympic shit and games. So I don't want to show no footage of it. You know what I mean? But if somebody could pull the story, trying to get a good picture to give. Hold on. Just pull the story where they say she only spoke to certain reporters, or we could just just go into the whole thing with her, because okay, this thing here, what this sister went through over the past 2 years, I think it was.
Yep.
Just about 2 years, right?
Yeah, Kawaka.
Like she went through something that was so easily identifiable by all of us, where she, being depressed, making the wrong decisions. Hold up.
I got some of the story about the reporters, the black reporters I could read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Richardson went viral on Tuesday, August 22nd, after a Twitter user posted a video clip that seemingly showed the American sprinter give one black reporter an interview before shunning the other outlets. Sha'Carri Richardson only spoke to black journalists and told the white journalists, no thank you.
Man. Listen. Not like you had a rule. You hear me?
Yeah, can.
Okay.
We can finish this.
Finish this one. Yeah, this is the last one here because I know we usually run a little bit late, but tomorrow y'all come down to New York, man. Come on down to New York. They're on the boat ride tonight. They're on that yacht fest tonight. That yacht party. Yeah, I mean they're gonna be doing everything Israel on that thing there.
That's
and
right.
Rocking that boat on the water, brother. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, Marcus Garvey Park, we're gonna be down in New York. Come on down, Marcus Garvey Park, Harlem, New York, from about 12 till, food, drinks, brotherhood, sisterhood. Come see your family, man. We're gonna be down in New York, man. We're gonna be holding it down, doing the usual. You know what I mean? Last quick one on Sha'Carri. Listen, this girl went through hell, and America did what America does when it's somebody black. When it's somebody white, they make a damn special on 60 Minutes and show why we should feel sorry for them. Like that damn Netflix movie, Painkillers. I ain't sorry for none of them goddamn addicts.
Right.
They got what the hell they deserve.
Yep.
They got that. I feel like going to one of these old white homeless places under a bridge and buying a box of Oxycontin. Go down there and become friends with everybody because they don't care when it happens to us. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Kapaz.
It says one person. It's a good. I got a good short one that encapsulate the whole thing.
Come on.
It says one person called for Richardson to be canceled. The outspoken track and field star is no stranger to controversy. She missed the 2020 Tokyo Olympics after failing a drug test when cannabis showed up in her system. Richardson credited her marijuana use as a way to cope with the unexpected death of her biological mother while she was in Oregon for the Olympic trials, the New York Times reported at the time. But Richardson still faces criticism as she works to redeem herself ahead of the 2024 Olympics in Paris. On Monday, this is the last part, she became the fastest woman in the world, winning the biggest 100-meter race this side of the Olympics.
Listen, man, I ain't supporting America, and I hate the sport. But it's good to see what the sister did, you know, to turn around that horrible stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody suffering, everybody in hell. They decided to pick on her because she was black.
Yeah.
She was black and she wasn't polished. Go ahead, Salaki.
They said nothing about Phelps. Yeah, I mean that weed head. They didn't take away all his medal or nothing. You understand?
Exactly.
Somehow they forget about that. But we ain't forget about it. You all treat your own different. When it comes to their people and sports, they treat them different. Us, to try to give us the hard side of it. You know what I mean? But they know, you know what I mean, by now that we Lord chosen people, and we're gonna fight through all that, you know what I mean, all them obstacles they try to put in front of us.
Exactly.
And if I could, one quick shout out to a brother that they don't promote at all. Like this sister, they try to shun and embarrass, but there's a brother who been killing the game in wrestling for the last 10 years. The best wrestler in the world, some say of all time. His name is Jordan Burroughs. He won the Olympics about multiple times. He has multiple world championships. He you know, the best of the best of the best in wrestling, and he's still doing it right now. And he don't get no promotion. You understand? He beaten everybody for the last 10, 15 years. You know, so I just want to always give him a shout out when we bring up her too, because that brother, you know, he been killing it and he don't get no recognition at all.
Yeah, they don't say nothing about him. They don't say nothing about him because, of course, he's punishing the oppressor. He over there flipping and banging them on the ground and stretching the damn elbow all the way back here. And they can't even tap. They're the top with a chin. They're the top with a chin. They can't even tap. Look at him. Look at that devil. He exasperated on the floor. He's done. You listen. You know it's rough when you're breathing like this. when you're like, you know, normally people the outer breath. When you're like, when you're like that, you know it's close to death. You wear the hell out. Listen, man. Listen. If I could, just for a quick second, just to go back to that Sha'Carri Richardson story. Okay, and this is something I definitely want to make sure and bring to the fore. Like, it was one thing for the oppressor to, you know, dog the sister the way they did, but it was a totally other horrible thing the way our people treated her.
Right.
Our people treated her like she was trash and she was nothing and with no understanding. Like, I don't think they forgot that this girl was like about 18 or 19 at the time. You know what I mean? Like, she grew up with the grandmother and recently got reunited with her mother. Who knows what her mother been through with drug addiction and all kind of stuff. And then the mother suddenly died. More than likely, the mother knew she was sick and didn't tell her, and the mother died. And then they dragged her in the sporting world. Even other athletes. And listen, them sisters from Jamaica and Benjamin sisters, they did her very, very dirty, being how young this girl was.
Right.
And it's only right now she come back and toast ass, and they better support her now. Anything.
Right.
They better now smile with her, because at one time they was laughing at her.
Right.
They was laughing at her, and that was extremely wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why too. At the time when she went through her thing, it was a huge shift in the track and field fraternity for those who going to represent America. You remember the sister was a sister who does shot put. She went on the podium and she had her fist up and her head down. I forgot her name. She went and did that. It was a whole black movement type of thing going on. Naomi Osaka had just talked about what about all the black people who was dying. Like, it was a whole thing where the athletes were starting to come out on behalf of black people. And now this girl, the news carried it to throw dirt on us. And we didn't get behind her and blame the oppressor. We got down on her, and it was shame on us as a people for doing this to this girl. She in the world, she don't know no better. She a young girl trying to do something, and to drag her like that, like she could have been suicidal, man. And I bet you later on she gonna come out and say how much she wanted to commit suicide.
Right.
I bet you, listen, man, let the Lord be with this girl legs, man. Let her run over everybody who come test, man. Everybody who come test. As a people, we need to start a link and look up together and support each other more. Yes, it's a competition. However, there's life outside the damn track, man.
Right.
There's life outside the track. And if you can't empathize with somebody as they're going through hell, and you want to talk about cancel this and cancel that, you know, we have a long way to go, man. We have a long way to go. It's good to see this girl. She looking a little healthier now. She put on some size. She looked more clear-minded, more focused.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You could tell she was all over the place before. She didn't come up in here and get one of these young soldiers there. I think they say she's from Texas. One of them young brothers who could raising up could deal with her, man. Keep her right and straight. Let her bring some of that tired muddy in here. But until then, you keep running and doing your thing. We all slaves under these oppressors and doing whatever. But you all keep, you know, we got to start to come together as a people. That's it. I ain't going to go too long on this one. Tomorrow, New York. Get a plane, get a train, start walking. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to see you there. Marcus Garvey Park. And after that, UK. I ain't saying nothing else. Fish and chips, crumpets and tea, nigga.
That's right.
Crumpets and tea, fish and chips. You know what I mean? I don't know what else. The London Bridge, the Eye, whatever else you want. Let's get it. We going over the pond. We going across the pond. You want to storm the White House? We go in and take the castle.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, again, to one of you all for coming out tonight. I appreciate your holding down first half of the show. Now, in fact, yeah, I mean, holding it down there, North Carolina and the Carolinas. Yeah, I mean, always on every Friday, always on. Yeah, Captain Kapash holding it down. Indianapolis, Midwest. You know what I mean? Officer Kazak holding it down again. Every Saturday, holding it down from DC, and so what becoming a regular, holding it down from Trinidad. Tonight, I think we missed Kahan. I think Kahan going to deliver the scroll tonight, boy. Kahan going to deliver the scroll tonight. Lord allow the boy come forward, man. Let the Lord be with them. Congratulations again to him and his Messiah in Christ, man. Deliver the scroll, Kahan. Deliver the scroll. I mean, and with that, we're going to see you all next week, all right? Shalom. Yabashim Shabbat. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hello, mate. A Spaniard Monday. Now your place when the cuss I win the chase. Get straight to the place from a day.
Hey, Shalom Israel. It's Captain Mashak, right here from DC. Don't forget this September, end of September, the 28th, 29th, 30th. All the way up to October 4th and 5th, Commander YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. We're going to be live in the UK, United Kingdom. We're going to be up in Scotland, in King James Castle. You see the nigga on my chest. Really right there. King James, man, a black man. We're going to go to his family castle in Scotland and Edinburgh. That castle was built on a volcano. Now, that's some nigga shit, man. That's some nigga shit right there. Up on top of the volcano, brother. You don't want to miss it. Contact your camp leader. You could get down. Contact your camp leader. You could make this trip. You brothers in UK, you sisters in UK, you all come on through, man. Commander YAHANNA going to be right in your yard. Back hometown, we're going to be Birmingham, Manchester, Leicester, Nottingham, London, Croydon, everywhere done. Everything done.
Now your face and London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king down, one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending the do action, recheck good man, go get a wrong bang. My style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Listen up, them off the home, find them, from my dirty gun, mad dog, from my Burberry. Let us beat me a papa, when my pill them, God, the way you say. senseless pan the $1 million job. Hashtag got the young pan the gram from a fans. I'm dealt with it smoother than the dance. Fit them up. Better know our time pan the clock. You know watch them flop them last pan them up. Gun in the land, dun. Another plus clansman, bad man's king down one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like some no do action, recheck good man, so I get a young bang. And my style, them a kick like Van Damme. Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. How the girl chase that, now manifest that bad money. We a make away the vexing fan.
Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 chill General Mahaiman scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
SHALAM. Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!